Hello folks, it's Frank. I'm back. Frank Severely Normal. So normal, just like you. Now, I made a bunch of videos. Some I've just put on the internet recently. I said that I was going to present evidence outlining a huge fraud perpetrated by our government and those higher up in our society on the populace, a fraud. And I'm going to start doing that now with you as judge and jury and audience. So here we go. So the first thing that happened in 2001, 2002, if you think back, you remember there was a lot of chit and chatter in the newspaper, maybe even a Sun poll. Is the Alberta Healthcare Premium Tax hard on you? Or maybe, do you like paying the Alberta Healthcare Premium Tax? And then the next day there'd be an article in the paper, some columnists, about how 82% of the people don't want to pay that tax. Then there'd be an article by some other writer. Oh, it's a regressive tax. This is regressive. This is regressive. $8 billion in the hole. That's regressive. Because you've got to pay interest on every one of those $8 billion till you pay it down. Okay, so the first official thing that actually happened was in 2003, King Ralph announced that we now have, so this is in 2003, we now have a sustainability fund. Sustainability fund. And he threw $3 billion in it. You can see the $3 billion up there, that shiny little bauble up there, which later grew up to be $3.9 billion. Okay, that's the first thing he did. A government action. He established the Sustainability Fund after there had been a lot of talk about the Alberta Healthcare Premium and was it regressive. The next thing that happened, the second thing that happened, is that Ralph rode around at the Calgary Stampede in 2004 holding up a sign saying paid in full. Our debt from the 70s and 80s was now paid in full. He was holding this up at the Calgary Stampede in 2004. Oh wait, there's one other thing. I have to go back. 1A and 1B. So number A is a sustainability fund. In 2003, he announced that starting next year in 2004, nobody over the age of 65 would have to pay the Alberta Healthcare Premium Tax anymore. Didn't matter if they had $50 million in the bank. They were senior. They don't have to pay taxes. So, excuses all seniors from the tax. Excuses seniors from the Alberta Healthcare Premium Fund. Now it seems to me that people in their later years are going to be using healthcare a lot more than someone in their 30s. And it seems to me that by the age of 65 you would have amassed more money than somebody in their 30s struggling to put their kids through school. But all seniors were excused from paying this tax starting in 2004. Now, I want to point out to you that the richest generation in history turned 65 starting in 2010. The baby boomers. Of which I am one of them. I just happen to be low income, very low income. But most of my contemporaries are fairly well off. And why aren't they paying their Alberta Healthcare Premium Tax? Because it doesn't exist anymore. So that's 1A. No seniors are going to pay the tax starting next year. So we got the sustainability fund, excusing the seniors, and the number 2 was Ralph holding up a sign, paid in full. Now I want to tell you the difference. I want to explain to you right here the difference between politicking and governing. This is an act of the government. Excusing the seniors out of the tax, though it wasn't a good act of the government, was an act of the government. So these are acts and actions. This one, Ralph holding up a sign while he went around the stampede, is pure politics. It's got nothing to do with governance. You will note, and I'll note it later, but I'll note it right now. In 2013, we made the last payment on the debt that we incurred before Ralph of $22 billion. We made the last payment of $169 million, and on that we paid 9% interest. Okay, so because we were so rich, it was okay to excuse those seniors. And then the next thing Ralph did, so in October of 2004, Ralph called an election. That's a fact. This is politics, but this is a fact. The government called an election after they established a sustainability fund. Now this is after 12 years of Ralph hitting us with 20% reduction in services. Oh yeah, sorry, he hit himself with a 5% reduction in pay. Hitting us with a 20% reduction in services that really made our society meaner. Now, so then he announces a sustainability fund, excuses the seniors, lies to you, says that our debt is paid in full when it wasn't. And the reason for this is because the Tories, just like a certain big bank today, we're trying to make you believe that you're richer than you think. I'll be back next time to continue this. Until then, I'm Frank, and I'm Severely Normal.